Coach Puccio, Northeastern baseball. How are you, man?
Cody, what's up? Great seeing you, man. Hopefully, wish it was a little bit of different circumstances, but
Yeah.
good to see you.
Hey, listen, same thing. Like I tell everybody, I wish I was watching you guys play right now on TV as opposed to speaking over a Zoom call. But we'll take anything right now with no baseball, and this is some good information on the Northeastern baseball team, and we're looking forward to hearing it. Listen, tell me about Northeastern, and I want to hear about the academic side and the baseball side.
Sure. So Northeastern it's right in the middle of Boston, right? It's a great campus. We got about 20,000 students on campus. It's great because it's like a college campus just dropped in the middle of the city. Sometimes when you're on a big city campus, you feel like you're in the city. Well, when you're on our campus, you don't really feel that. It's a great campus. It's got a great campus feel to it. But also the cool thing about Boston in general, it's a college town. We've got 6 other schools in a 1.5 mile radius of Northeastern. So you're talking about close to 40,000 college students in a city. And that's a really cool experience for a kid, right? So not only do you have a school of 20,000 students at Northeastern, you also have the other surrounding schools in a city like Boston, which is really easy to get around, and navigate through. So it allows our guys to enjoy the city. It also helps from an academic networking standpoint as well. Northeastern's education is valued, at a really high level, right? We're a top 45 institution in the country. We've got some of the best business and engineering programs you're going to see. The majority of our guys are going to major in business, in engineering, in communications. In being in Boston, being in the city is such a huge advantage for our guys because Northeastern's a 5-year school. So we have
Right.
a co-op program. Our co-op program, where our guys will go and basically work a paid internship for 2 semesters. And it's great for networking. You're in the city. And a lot of our guys leave those co-op opportunities with job offers for when they graduate. So again, you're not just getting a premier education, but you're getting the premier education coupled with that co-op program that allows you to be able to go on and be really successful in life, right?
Absolutely. And you're mentioning business, engineering, and communications in terms of what they're looking to study or the biggest majors they study.
Sure.
And you're right in the heart of it. Boston is basically sums that up to a T. The networking has to be tremendous.
Sure, it is. It's great. Our guys get those opportunities through those co-op programs, and I think sometimes some of the tricky things when you're talking about whether it's an internship program a school has, or it's the co-op like we have, which extends our guys to 5 years, is that if you're not in a city like Boston, you're going to have to go and live somewhere else and do that whole thing. Well, especially for our guys. Our guys can still be involved in our fall season because they'll do their co-op in Boston and they're not sacrificing whatsoever being
Awesome.
in a city with whatever it might be, So it's a huge advantage for our guys from the academic standpoint, to be where we are located and to also, be able to get that education from Northeastern and have that degree.
Well, for those who haven't been to Boston, I mean, it's unbelievable. Like I said, I come from Florida. And when I came up here and made my trip to Boston, you hear about it, and Fenway Park and everything else that Boston has, all the history. But until you go there and you see everything, and that's what I think is cool. I mean, you guys have 20,000 kids, but at the same time, you have 6 other institutions surrounding you. I mean, you're talking like a college town. So I think that's awesome. It's a great experience for those that are able to, be able to attend a school like that. All right, well, listen, here's where I'm impressed. Top 45 institution, and the baseball program is unbelievable. And every single year you guys are competing, doing big time things. I know Coach Glavin has been there for a while and people rave about him. But tell me about it. I know you're in the Colonial Conference, which is a legitimate conference. Give me some information about the baseball program.
Yeah. So, we've been pretty lucky here the last couple of years, and the way I I put it as this, right? You're going to get the best situation you're going to find, the best combination you're going to find when you're talking about the combination of academics and in baseball, right?
Yeah.
We talk about being a top 45 institution. Well, in 2018, we also had a top 40 RPI, which,
Yeah.
we were one of 6 schools, I believe, that year to be a top 40 academic school in
Wow.
the country and a top 40
And
team in the RPI.
explain the RPI, please.
Yeah, so RPI basically takes, it's a measuring tool that the NCAA uses to measure, every team in Division I baseball,
Yep.
and basically ranks teams, 1 through 365, I think it is, or 1 through 1. So so basically, if it'll take your schedule, your strength of schedule, your quality of wins, your quality of losses, and it puts it all together. And that's where they get their average. So at the end of the day, when teams, in 2018, we played in the Raleigh regional,
Yes.
that was something that was looked at as being an at-large bid, that they were able to view and do that. So, and that was really a great achievement for the program.
I don't think people realize, you can say it all you want, but until you play the game and you understand what goes on with the workload each student is given, not only just academically, but with the baseball workload, to have a top 40 RPI and be a top 45 institution, that is absolutely incredible. Listen, I say it all the time. It's my favorite thing you all do. I want to talk about it a little bit, which is spring training time for Major League Baseball. I'm watching down in JetBlue, Fort Myers, and I'm watching the Red Sox play against Northeastern. And I love it. It's one of my all-time favorite games to watch, just because I think it's so cool for these college guys to be playing against current major leaguers and minor leaguers. Talk to me about that experience.
Yeah, so it's great for the guys, and really, they get to be a big leaguer for the day. As soon as you pull up to the ballpark, into the visiting clubhouse, you're able to walk up the stairs, and whether the Sox are taking BP that day or not, you kind of get to get out there. If they are, the guys are able to get out there and hang out with some of the Red Sox players, and it's a really great experience for them. And the both sides, the Red Sox, those guys do a great job kind of interacting with our guys during the game, and it's a great experience for them. We'll have guys on our roster who'll get to do that for 4 years, and you get to see them talk about, once you move on from here,
right?
You get to see and talk about these, the guys you played against, and each year, and it's a great, experience for all of our guys to be able to experience that,
And that leads me into my next point, which is, again, top 45 institution academically. RPI is always up there. You play against the Red Sox spring training, get you some nice warm weather, get away from the cold for a bit, and put you against the best competition, in my opinion. But it doesn't just end there. Like, we're talking about Northeastern producing some big time names through the draft. So give me some examples of some guys that have come out of Northeastern.
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, when we're recruiting, we are looking for guys who want to play professional baseball. That should be a goal. If that's not a goal, it might not be a fit. We want guys who want to keep playing and want to play at the highest level. And we've been fortunate the last couple of years. In 2019, we had 3 guys drafted. 2018, there were 3 guys on that team drafted as well. Just this past year, Aaron Zavali, made his major league debut with the Cleveland Indians. He just moved on 3 years ago. So it's cool. Adam Ottavino with the New York Yankees. Now he graduated, 10 years ago. But still, that's a guy that's had a good major league career. And the list go on too. Jason Vossler, he's in AAA right now with the San Diego Padres. Max Burt, he got to AA with the Yankees last year. So, we have some success, and there's other guys in the pipeline now. I think a lot of that, has to do with, a work ethic, and they learn how to work here. You're making an ultimate sacrifice when you play at this level. And we've got guys who have that goal, and we're going to teach you how to work. That's the sacrifice you're going to make. And I think at the end of the day, when we talk to a kid and they're making a decision on Northeastern. And I mentioned a little bit earlier, they're going to make a decision on three things. One's obviously getting one of the best degrees in the country. The second's having an opportunity to win the CAA and play in a regional, you know, and then the third is to play professional baseball. Those are the things that we want going into that decision. And we find it really important for those kids who, you know, they need to want to do that. They need to have that will, and they need to have that as a goal. And if you have that as a goal, we're going to teach you how to do it. We're going to give you the roadmap. It's up to you as that player to get better now.
Yeah. And we touched on that. You just mentioned it, which goes right into our next question, which is, you know, what kind of player you're looking for. And you touched on the character aspect, and them being goal oriented and understanding that going to a top 45 institution, playing at a big time school, where you guys are developing potential pros. Give me some more information on that. Like, what are you guys looking specifically? What do you need to see in order for you to be like, hey, look, this guy could play in our program?
Sure. Well, I think we've got to do our due diligence as coaches through the recruiting process, finding out if the kid's an animal worker and he loves baseball, you know, and it goes back. A kid has got to absolutely bleed baseball to be in our program because it's tough. The season's a long season, and you've got to really love it and be in it, you know, to really get the most out of it. You know, and to be able to be successful in the program, because if you're not that, it doesn't work. You know, it's we're not the program for you if you don't have that obsession. You know, so it's our job as coaches to kind of find that out by calling coaches, talking to high school coaches, talking to the coaches, guys like you, and some references, maybe somebody that we know, and just getting them saying, is this kid going to have that type of animal work ethic and mentality to be a great player? Right. And even if they don't, it doesn't work. And you know, it doesn't matter how talented. We're all trying to recruit talented baseball players here. There's not one coach in America that's not trying to recruit a talented player, but there's a lot of talented players out there. Right. We got to kind of do that to filter through it a little bit. You know, we like the multiple sport athlete too. You know, a lot of times those 2-3 sport guys, they're ultimate competitors, man. Yeah. Like they want to win at everything. We want those kids because I think it goes hand in hand. If you love it and you have the passion for it and you're an ultimate competitor and you want to win at everything and you're never satisfied, well, those are the guys that allow you to do some really cool things. Those are the guys that allow you to win championships. Oh, yeah. Or give you a chance to win championships. And then those are the guys that are going to continue to develop, get better, never be satisfied with what they are. And that's going to be that guy that allows you to go play professional baseball. Yeah. You know, so that's what we're really looking for. And again, I don't think it's a secret. You know, we've got to do our work and make sure it's the right type of kid, you know, that we're getting in our program that's fully obsessed with the process and is an animal competitor.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you touched on, you know, digging into the background, almost like trying to find out from multiple people. Because I think a lot of people forget that, you know, they go about their business, but they don't realize that, you know, this is a business and this is something in which you're investing your time and you want the program to succeed. And you know, you guys will talk to teachers and counselors and coaches and everybody you can. So I'm glad that you were able to say that. Listen, last thing, and I'll let you go. Just because, you know, we're doing this interview due to COVID-19. Talk to me a little bit about it. How is it affecting you guys?
Yeah, you know, it's tough. I mean, obviously the season ended abruptly, right? Yeah. And, you know, you have a lot of players and even not just the college baseball world, but high school players too, right? Kids who've been working for a long time, whether it's a kid's recruiting year, you know, meaning it's a sophomore, junior, or if it's a kid's last year, senior year, you've worked a lot for this, you know, and same with our guys, you know, our guys are, whether they're worried, you know, they're working toward a draft year or, you know, it worked really hard to put themselves in a position to contribute to the club. You know, it's ended abruptly and you can really feel sorry for yourself during this time, right? Yeah. And you know, and not want to do anything. But at the end of the day, you got to find a way here, right? Yeah. And you know, baseball is going to start back up again. And when it does, the guys who are able to do that, who are able to find a way, and listen, it's not an ideal situation, right? Kids don't have facilities to go work out in. Kids don't have awesome weight rooms to go work out in.
Yeah.
Literally the rug's been ripped under you. But those guys who are going to be able to find a way to be creative, to make the most out of their body weight workouts, and watch Rocky IV, and watch what Stallone's doing.
This is old school, man. This is old school. That you said it perfectly. That especially a place like Northeastern, the facilities are unbelievable, and I think it's a good way for them to step back, understand not to take things for granted, and like you said, like figure out how to mentally check in. And again, this goes back to like old school mentality, and I think you'd agree with me that you can, like you said, you can either feel sorry for yourself right now, or you can push yourself to the max end. And those people that do are gonna be the ones on top when this is all comes to an end, or at least when we have the time to get back on the field. For
sure, and I think that it's tough to do, and it's not too late either. I think that's you can start it up now and get back to it, because everyone's in the same boat right now.
Everybody.
But if you don't do anything and you don't find a way, then you're going to be so far behind from where you were when this thing left off. Yeah, so absolutely, I can't stress that enough.
Well, listen, man, I appreciate it. Thank you again for taking the time out of your day. I know you are extremely busy with everything going on. Like I said, I wish we were doing it under different circumstances, but at least we got to talk face-to-face over the Zoom, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks to a couple of months, we'll be able to see each other face-to-face. But until then, please stay safe. Please tell Coach Glavin I said hello, and enjoy each day, man.
Thanks a lot, Cody. Same thing. Hope you and your family are safe, and I enjoyed doing this. So hopefully we'll see you out on the field here in a couple months.
Sounds good. Thanks, Coach.
All right, we'll see you.